Imagine you being at a Pokemon convention surrounded by many people and valuable cards, and suddenly someone is caught trying to steal over $5,000 worth of them. One of the cards was rare Black Label Espeon worth around $3,000, and today I'm going to tell you the full story of what happened at the Card Show Frankfurt in Germany, how a teen almost got away with it, and how to keep your cards safe at events like these. Plus we'll dive into what makes Black Label Pokemon cards so special, so stay tuned until the end. So there I was at the Card Show Frankfurt, meeting other collectors, checking out Pokemon cards, and I was able to trade many cards as well. Also nearly finished my 151 Master set. Already right after I entered the parking lots on the day, I could see a massive waiting queue. You can see it on the screen, it was really crazy. I never saw such a long queue before. And so you can definitely say this event was really crowded. Fortunately, I knew someone in the queue and could skip most of it. Also, it was great that it took place at a basketball stadium, so there was enough space if you wanted to escape the crowds on a playground where the most trader tables were located. So it was a great event, and then at one booth I saw many people standing around it and listening to the story the shop owner was telling. I directly joined them, and I couldn't believe that a minute earlier, right at this booth, a teen attempted to steal like 10 valuable graded cards, including a Black Label Espeon worth alone $3,000. Unfortunately, I couldn't play you the original audio since it is in German and there were many background noises as well. So I will tell you instead what the shop owner told to the crowd. So the teen approached the booth, casually browsing through some cards, and then he picked up a few, and as our shop owner turned his attention to another customer, he tried to slip the cards into his jacket pocket. One of the cards was an incredibly rare Black Label Espeon graded by BGS. The funny thing here was that the guy who stole the cards not even knew that he grabbed the Black Label card that was such valuable. Before we continue the story and see what's happened in the end with the thief, let's take a look on what a Black Label card is, so that you not end up like the thief, not knowing what you hold in your hands. Of course, not holding the cards in your hands when trying to steal it, but if you're next time on a convention yourself and trying to buy one for yourself. Stealing is very bad, never do this. Really, never. So, what makes Black Label, like the Black Label Espeon, so special? When we talk about Black Label Pokemon cards, we're talking about cards that have been graded by the backend grading services. Or in short, BGS. For the gamers under us, no, this is not the Bendo's Godsword from RuneScape, but it's called the backend grading service. One of the most respected card grading companies out there in the world. A Black Label card means it's received perfect 10s in every grading category. Centering, corners, edges and surface. Even a single 9.5 in any of these 4 categories would lead to the card graded at a normal 10. Meaning it will not have a black label, but the usual label from Beckett. And you must keep into mind that Beckett grading is also known to be harder to get a 10 than, for example, on PSA. Receiving a black label is extremely rare, which is why the Espeon Black Label is worth $3,000 compared to a normal graded card, even if it is a Beckett 10 of the same card, but with 195 instead of all 10s, this is only about $1,000. Also, for example, a PSA 10 Espeon would only give like $200, so the Black Label signifies absolute perfection and creates its own rarity, which collectors will pay a huge premium for. Let's continue with this story. So as the teen was just putting the cards in his pocket, luckily another attendee spotted this and immediately alerted the shop owner. The shop owner then quickly confronted the teen, and it seemed like he hadn't really thought this through. It was rather a spontaneous action from him. After confronting the teen, the shop owner was able to recover all his cards, thankfully, before the kid got away with them. This included also the Black Label Espeon and several other valuable graded cards, totaling around €5,000, so quite a huge amount for a handful of cards. In the end, the owner got the teen's ID and had a talk with him, telling him to never do something like this again. The owner decided not to press charges, believing that the thief had learned his lesson. Fortunately, it all ended without the need for police involvement. But what if no one would have noticed the robbery and the thief got away with the cards? I think there could have been a chance also to get the cards back, since it seemed like the thief were no professional, and if he would have tried to sell the cards or selling one of the cards later on some public platforms like eBay, then the shop owner could have spotted the cards and identified them based on the rarity and of the ID of the graded cards, since every graded card is identifiable directly through the ID that they got on the grading service. Also, what's shocking is that this isn't an isolated incident. Pokemon card theft at conventions has been happening more often. Recently, a similar incident occurred at a convention in the US. I found a YouTube video of it, and their kid tried to steal some valuable cards off a booth as well. It's a reminder that you need to be careful and protect your valuable cards at events like these. Always keep them inside, use locked cases if you're a vendor, and be cautious when trading or showing cards to strangers, especially if you are on a crowded event like the Card Show in Frankfurt. In the end, it's a relief that the owner got all of his cards back, including that rare Black Label Espeon. But this serves as a reminder that theft is real at conventions and it's important to stay careful. If you've ever had a similar experience or know someone who has, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and also check out my other videos on Pokemon card collecting.